we're live. Alright, good. Alright, so, red pill. Alright, oh, 1 second. Alright, so this is the red pill. I'm up early in the morning trying to get this information. I don't know who's up with me. Oh, good morning, Vance. How are we? Yes. Alright, good to see other people up with me. Having your coffee. Just got a short little story for you, something interesting I thought was worth bringing to people's attention. It's important in a extremely important region, strategically. Hey, could you hold off on that for like 3 minutes? Huh? Please? Alright. Sorry guys. It's morning here, so people are stirring. Okay, so here's a story for you. Let's just get right into it. It's the red pill here at the Red Pill News Dispensary. Please hit those likes, guys. Because every one of my videos is demonetized before it even goes up. So, you know, I don't get that push that normal videos do, which, you know, makes us less exposed. So, if you could please do that, I appreciate that. But here we go. Alright. Should be just me you're hearing. You shouldn't be hearing any music anymore, unless it's on delay. There's a delay part. You'll be hearing that. Okay. So, let's do it. Do a full screen share. Alright. Alright. Nuclear weapon material worth $72 million seized in a car in Turkey. You know what? For a story like this, it's like not too much to see, really, visually. I'm gonna make it with me in the corner for this one. It'll be a short one anyway, so put that music off. Let that music on. Yeah, it's on. Okay, here we go. Turkish police have taken 5 people into custody over the smuggling of a highly radioactive substance used to build nuclear weapons and power nuclear reactors. The 18.1 gram haul was found in a car. Police discovered a vial of the material after they pulled over a car in the northwest Bolu province. The substance, believed to be californium, that's a funny name, californium, was found stashed under the gear stick wrapped in a bag. Officers had to cut the upholstery to get to the parcel, which is estimated to be worth $72 million. They must have had a tip, because to cut into the upholstery and find like this thing all wrapped up in a cylinder, I mean, that's either amazing police work in Turkey or a tip-off. So Turkish police in the Black Sea seized 18.1 with handheld process. Here's the video. Well, you know what? We don't want to play the video, right?
Police in Bolu have.
Okay. 5 suspects were detained in the raid, and the mixture was taken to the Turkish Autonomy Energy Agency, TAEK, for detailed analysis. Californium is named after the place where it was synthesized back in 1950, a laboratory at the University of California. Apart from being used to manufacture nukes and nuclear power reactors, the element also has a range rather innocuous civilian applications. It can be used as part of metal detectors and is used in cancer treatment. You know, that's how they always get you. Like, oh, well, this is going to cure cancer. It's going to improve lives. People will be able to see. We'll bring sight to the blind. All this stuff that's like it warms your heart, and it's like, wow, yeah, that's a good thing. But usually there's a nefarious side to that same exact thing. Almost every time. Whenever someone comes at you with a good story, there's look behind it and you'll find some horror. I mean the media, really, but even in life sometimes. It can be used as part of, okay, we said so we went back. Still, the substance is highly dangerous and its production, distribution, and transportation is restricted. Currently, only the U.S. and Russia synthesize the isotope. So, what does that mean? It came from the U.S. or Russia, right? Then again, it could be synthesized and then smuggled somewhere, but originally, it might have went through 3 channels before it got to this car. But originally, it either came from Russia or the U.S. Because we're talking about Turkey, I would bet, my last dollar that it originated in Russia. But then again, these days, who knows, It's not the first time Turkish police have reported a major bust involving California. Oh, really? In a scare of March last year, police in Ankara said they had seized a whopping 1.4 kilograms. I mean, that's like almost double this seizure, right? Oh, yeah, it's way more. Yeah, it's like 10 times more. What am I thinking? In a car following a tip-off. It turned out to be a false alarm, as the haul was later found to have no trace of nuclear radioactive material and was in fact organic matter. Oh, okay, so it wasn't even legit. Alright, maybe there's something that you have to do to it in order to make it potential for a nuke, and then there's an organic type, or maybe that was just some nothing, like the guy had a bag had some dirt and wrapped it up in a weird way. I don't know. Let's look up California, because new to me. California is a radioactive metal. Uses: California is a very strong neutron emitter. It is used in portable metal detectors for identifying gold and silver ores, to identify water and oil layers in oil wells, and to detect metal fatigue and stress in aeroplanes. Yeah, that's what they show. Yeah, let's see the rest, buddy. Such BS. See how they do that? You know what? This one's a little bit too. Yeah, we'll go with it. So while it has its own atomic number, so it actually has its own its own chemical element. Its symbol is CF, and the atomic number is 98. For those of you guys interested in that stuff, its appearance is silvery. And the periodic table is right here. The periodic table has grown, hasn't it? Alright, let's see. I mean, it's just amazing. I wonder originally what they were making it for. Now you guys can pause at any point and read some of this. I just wanted to give you guys the facts as to, are they making a big deal out of nothing? Or is this really a dangerous substance, which I believe it to be. Just because, honestly, my spidey senses go off when I see it being portrayed as all of its good uses. Then that makes a little tingle go in my neck, and I know there's more to it. I know that it can be used for other. So. very scientific, but this might be in your, if you work in the field, this might make a lot more sense to you. But it's one of few transuranium elements that have practical applications. Most of the applications exploit the property of certain isotopes to Californium to emit neutrons. For example, Californium can be used to help start up nuclear reactors, and it is employed as a source of neutrons when studying materials using neutron diffraction and neutron spectroscopy. Got it. Californium can also be used in nuclear synthesis of higher mass elements. Oganesson, element 118, was synthesized by bombarding Californium-249 atoms with calcium-48 ions. Users of Californium must take into account radiological concerns. What do you mean users? People like take it as a medicine? Take into account, am I missing something? Radiological concerns and the element's ability to disrupt the formation of red blood cells by bioaccumulating in skeleton. Yeah, basically radioactive. Hello. Why would you be like taking that? So that's a little bit more information on Californium. Let me check chat. See what you guys are saying. I know it's early. I don't expect much, but let's just see. There you guys are. Alright. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh wow. Good information, Vance. Good information. So California, I'm sorry, not California, U.S. state troopers, squad cars, they're equipped with Geiger counters. You know, people don't realize stadies, we call them stadies in Massachusetts. I don't know if that's like a country thing or a Massachusetts thing. There's a lot of things I've learned on YouTube that like I only said here that I thought was said everywhere. Even with my experience in the Navy, I kind of got my culture shock that not everywhere is like Boston. Yeah. And they're going through Turkey. So where are they heading? Were they heading south? Were they heading north? I would assume they were heading south down to Syria, right? So it does sound fishy to me as well, Patriot. And good morning, Patriot. You've been great. You've been here like for the last few streams, and I appreciate that because you know it's just that odd hour, just out of nowhere in the morning like this. So thank you. And yes, so Vance Buford is bringing some good information to the table that the stadies are equipped with Geiger counters, and I think that would measure that, and that's probably how the Turkish officials were able to do that. Bet you they had a tip though. So you know they had it all wrapped up. You see the way they had it wrapped up too, and it kind of almost had like a sensor on it. That's what kind of looked fishy to me, is that it had a freaking sensor on it. Yeah, it has like a little sensor. See that? Yeah. Come on. And if you don't care about the sensor, there's some beautiful girls you check out. They're actually UFC fighters. Oh my god. Imposing quantum of radium seized on smugglers in Moldova. Well, this might be a totally different. Security services in Moldova have seized. Oh, this is different. $210,000 worth of uranium just before the radioactive material was smuggled out of the country. Whoa. According to authorities, several suspects have been arrested during the raid in the capital of Chisinau. Wow, is this Moldova? So that's, forgive me, but is that Russia? Or is that, are they their own thing now? I know it used to be probably the Soviet, but okay. The Moldovan Intelligence Security Service said that a criminal group specializing in smuggling radioactivity substances was uncovered during a police raid in Chisinau. Look at that. Oh, that's their meter. And they wrap it in tinfoil. Oh, that must be the media talking about, Vance. So there it is. The prosecutor, this is like why I like looking at chat, because chat gives a lot, you know. Chat, my viewers are very intelligent. They bring a lot to the table. I need to try to look at chat more. It's hard when you're reading stories. The prosecutor office opened a criminal investigation into the case. Law enforcement is now trying to determine the origin of radioactive materials and the involvement of persons in the criminal scheme. So this is coming out of either Russia or Moldova, if that's its own place now. It's just, you know, it's up there by Russia. So that's the only place that californium is produced. And now we have this uranium being radioactive uranium being seized in Moldova. I wonder if they were maybe kind of like two pots to a piece, or two separate. You know, sometimes what they'll do is just kind of like send out a bunch, and what makes it, and what doesn't. It's interesting, all this stuff going around now through Turkey, Moldova. The prosecutor's office opened a criminal investigation into the case. Law enforcement is now trying to determine the origin of the radioactive and the involvement of other persons in the criminal scheme. The statement did not mention the number of people who were detained by the authorities, but the video of the raid released by the authorities shows at least one person being tackled to the ground by the special forces. If found guilty, the criminals face 3 to 10 years behind bars. That's it? 3 to 10? For smuggling enriched uranium? 3 to 10 years. Is this Russia? A small package wrapped in foil found by authorities in the car showing over 70 MSV reading, according to the portable radiation detection device. The footage also showed authorities confiscating what looked like a number of pistols and hunting knives. This is not the first time that Moldovan authorities have prevented uranium smuggling. The trend is worrisome ever since reports emerged back in 2014 that the Islamic State is aiming to develop dirty bombs. I mean, now that they're defeated, they're just going to strike anywhere they can. This is actually probably when they're most dangerous, because they have nothing to lose. If their beliefs are still strong in their heart, then they have nothing to lose. Moldovan police, working with the FBI, reported to have stopped at least 4 attempts by smugglers to sell nuclear materials to extremists in the Middle East over the past 5 years, AP claimed in October 2015. In 2010, 1.8 kilograms of uranium-238 were seized in Chisinau when 3 people tried to sell the highly radioactive material for €9 million, and that's 10 million US. The following year, security forces allegedly prevented the sale of 1 kilogram of weapons-grade uranium-235 when 6 people tried to sell it for €32 million, which I'm assuming is like 34 million US. In 2014, smugglers were looking to sell 200 grams of, I don't like the spelling in this, I mean the grammar, of uranium-235 to undercover security agents for 1.6 million and 1.5 kilograms of uranium-235. And last year, an undercover agent bought caesium-135 samples, while materials contaminated with caesium-137 were seized in central Chisinau. See, this is the big threat right now. We've gone through all these phases of weapons. The next one is the chemical, biological. I mean, that's why, like, when it was used in Syria, despite who you think was behind it, that's the first time that Trump has reacted with a strike. It was one strike. I think it was proportional, and that's it. That's the only strike that he's really done, that he has done. That's it. So, very interesting. just something to keep in mind, that there's so many moving parts to all of this. To just say, like, use the names of countries, and when really it's more like corporations, and there's central banks behind it, and there's all this Kabbalah, and I'll even go as far as, because I do believe it, at the very top, Satanism. In fact, there was also another story, if you guys want to see, that I saw. I wasn't going to go live just for this story, just because it's kind of gruesome, but I came across this. It's kind of disturbing. Out of our former allies, India, these savages. It's not true, but in this situation, it makes it seem like it. So it makes me question, because this is Russian propaganda dripping all over this stuff, right? We're not stupid. RT, we know it's made through Russia's eyes. It doesn't mean that there isn't nuggets of truth in it. That's why I like to read all sides. I like to do a 360 view before I look at something. And I don't see anything coming out anywhere else about this stuff. So, and I don't disagree that this happened. So, Indian police arrest priest and school teacher after they attempt to sacrifice a 3-year-old girl. Now, when they say Indian, I'm assuming India, especially by the background and the Tibetan. Well, it looks Tibetan to me, at least. Wow. Police in India have saved a 3-year-old girl from imminent death at the hands of her own relatives, as they plan to sacrifice the toddler after getting the green light from her parents. Whoa. Wait. Of her own relatives, as they plan to sacrifice it after getting the green light from her parents. So who's gonna actually carry it out? It says relatives. I think they meant to put some priest or something like that. Unless the priest is a relative. I don't know. The chilling incident took place in the Ganakpara village of Udalguri district on Saturday. Police have arrived at the scene after they were altered by villagers who spotted smoke billowing from the house of a local science teacher identified as Jadab Saharia. See, people do this stuff still. Sacrifices. That would probably definitely be satanic in nature. They became even more alarmed when they saw the teacher, along with his male and female family members, taking off their clothes after putting the 3-year-old on an impromptu altar. So they get naked. This is definitely satanic. The blood-curdling ceremony was to be conducted by a priest armed with a long sword. The situation escalated quickly when the priest began brandishing his sword in an attempt to chop off the toddler's head as part of a gruesome ritual. I'm sorry for the graphics of this, but this is the world. This is the battle of good and evil we're talking about. All pleas to the family to stop the bloodshed were in vain and only angered the priest, who started threatening the villagers who sought to prevent the crime with an axe and a sword. The family was unperturbed, meaning they still wanted to do it. They weren't bothered by the people saying how wrong this is. By the arrival of media and police, and the group's erratic behavior only grew worse, as they started hurling rocks and utensils at police and set fire to their belongings, including a motorcycle, TV set, car, and fridge. What? Having exhausted all of other options, police were forced to fire several shots in the air to bring the teacher, priest, and co-conspirators to their senses. Eventually, the officers wrestled the child. Oh, I thought that kid wasn't going to make it. I'm going to be honest. I thought that, by the title, it seemed like she made it, but as I was reading, I'm like, did she make it through this? the child away from the gang and placed the family members and their machete-wielding religious leader under arrest. Now, it's pretty obvious. We can see the propaganda, the way they describe things, dripping off of this, right? But regardless, they walked into these naked people doing some kind of ritual, alright? And trying to sacrifice a 3-year-old, and the parents were cool with it. Now, what would make you do that? Is money more important for money? Or do they think it would bring them riches? Do they think that would give them or something a better afterlife? No. They're offering a sacrifice to something. And it's not the Lord Creator. I'll tell you that. It's that lowercase g. Elohim. Gods, angels, and magistrates. The lower levels. Angels, dark angels, fallen angel, satanic shit. So that's crazy. Look at this. Abduction rate of 7-year-old sparks mass riot in India. I don't know what's going on in India. I really don't. But then again, they're getting the S-400. They're all buddy-buddy with Russia. And it seems like Russia is kind of going out of their way to send out and make them look like savages. I mean, this Russian RT, we know what we're seeing. We know there's nuggets of truth, and we know it's dripping with propaganda. And so it's like, why are they going after India so much? It makes you think. Is India truly a ally? Because I always thought India was with us. Oh, this dirtbag. If you haven't seen that story, check the last video. Alright guys, so that was a morning red pill. Just wanted you guys to get your dose, and I'll be back on later. Like I said, the next big project that I said it would be last night, but I wasn't ready. I didn't have the graphics I wanted, so I'm gonna be doing the Antifa story because it's time sensitive, and that's all I'm gonna really say. But it's coming today. So okay guys, I'll see you guys later. Unbelievable stuff, but when you need that Pez, you know where to come, even if it's in the morning, here at the Red Pill News Dispensary. Everybody on your way out, please like, share if you can, subscribe if you haven't. If you want to be kept up to date on current events through the eyes of a critical thinker, we look at everything 360. So we try not to. I try to stay in the middle. Things lean right for the most part sometimes, because that's just how I feel. So it's hard to. The left has just kind of gone batshit crazy, I think. But that doesn't mean that I don't support things like social programs for people who are poor. But if they're citizens of the United States of America, you know what I mean? Like, I support that stuff. I don't think anyone should starve in the United States. I don't think we should have 10 cities. And maybe we wouldn't if we didn't have so many illegals and, people coming in here, and they're at a disadvantage right away, and they shouldn't be here anyway. And I'm sorry, that's how I feel. If we just had open borders, could you imagine? Look at the world. All these people coming. Look at how people are sacrificing 3-year-olds. It's like sacrificing my daughter. It's disgusting. I'm telling you. You can't separate the physical from the spiritual. Red Pill, signing off. That wasn't very slick, because I'm not ready to sign off. Here we go. Alright guys. Alright, let me see, 3 to 5, no, it was 3 to 10. Or was it 3 to 5? I'm just going through. Yeah, Stranger Things. That's crazy. Yeah, Amanda here. She's watching it non-stop. Actually, I was about to watch it today. I was about to watch it last night, and I fell asleep early. Yes, million. Truth Woman, million. Yes, please thumbs up. Yes, Patriot. Oh yeah, no, Truth Woman, definitely doing that. In fact, that would have already been done on Friday night for sure, and it would be done tonight. And it still might be done tonight. It's just be a different phone number because my phone is screwed up and I can't figure out what's wrong with it. I might have to send it in. So we'll do that tonight, and I just don't want to make it too close to the Antifa information and putting it out. Maybe I could do both together, or I could try to space them out enough where you'll get notifications for all of them. Because if you put them too close together, they won't give notification for the second video. That I've learned that. So yeah, alright guys, so that's what's coming. Just try to give you like a schedule, you know. So there'll definitely be the Antifa information that I have, as well as a call-in. It just might be it will be a different phone unless I can get it fixed today while working on the video at the same time. So I don't know, and I don't know if they're gonna be separate or together, but I'll do my best. Yes, I have, Trinity. Yes. It's interesting, but I don't have anything to report on it other than that what we already know, what we've already reported. Alright, Truth. We'll take a look. Yeah, right, a notification on this one at this hour. Alright, so like I said, I allow one link, and especially from Trinity Red or Blue Pill. Alright, so you know what? Let's take a look at this. Oh yeah, this must be their new cloaking device they're talking about. Yeah, this is interesting. So okay, yeah, I was looking at this earlier. So this is new. Let's see. All of a sudden it doesn't want to. To evade sanctions on Iran, ships vanished in plain sight. What? A week ago, a small tanker ship approached. Oh, it's not that new, right? But I was just reading it actually. A week ago, a small tanker ship approached the Persian Gulf after a 19-day voyage from China. The captain, as required by international news, reported the ship's position, course, speed, and another key detail. It was riding high in the water, meaning it was probably empty. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. I'm intrigued. Then the Chinese-owned ship, the Sino Energy 1, went silent and essentially vanished from the grid. It reported in again on Sunday, near the spot where it had vanished 6 days earlier, only now it was heading east, away from the Strait of Hormuz near Iran. If past patterns hold, the captain will soon report that it is riding low in the water. meaning its tanks are most likely full. As the Trump administration's sanctions on Iranian oil and petrochemical products have taken hold, some of the world's shipping fleets have defied the restrictions by going dark. So we had a Chinese ship, and we had so two Chinese ships. So the Chinese, not only are they helping them with this new war, this cyber war, which has been going on for honestly years. I mean, they were doing things to our ships and planes years ago, but it's really been obviously cranking up recently. This cyber war going on, and it looks like these the Chinese, they don't just put cloaking devices on their ships and subs, which they're not known to have this great fleet. Although I guess they've been building, trying to build. They're nowhere near us, but they have certain capabilities, I guess, and they were able to go dark. And what's really odd is that this part. No, not this part. The first ship that all of a sudden it was reported that it was like empty. It was riding high. But it never reported back on that ship. It was the second ship that they mentioned was riding low, meaning it had fueled up in Iran and was now heading, in the other direction after being gone for 5 days. As the Trump administration's sanctions on Iranian oil and petrochemical products have taken hold, some of the world's shipping fleets have defied the decision by going dark, and when they pick up cargo in Iranian ports, according to commercial analysts who track shipping data and intelligence from authorities in Israel, a country that backs the Trump crackdown. Wow, this is very interesting. They are hiding their activities, said Samir Madani, co-founder of TankerTrackers.com, a company that uses satellite imagery to identify tankers calling on Iranian ports. They don't want to broadcast the fact that they have been in Iran evading sanctions. It's that simple. Smallish, that's the Sino Energy one. That's the one that went dark for 5 days, and then all of a sudden was full of oil. A maritime treaty overseen by a United Nations agency requires ships of 300 tons or more that travel international routes to have an automatic identification system. I'm actually very aware of this stuff. The gear helps avoid collisions and aids in search and rescue operations. It also allows countries to monitor shipping traffic. It is not illegal under international law to buy and haul Iranian oil or related products. The Trump administration's sanctions, which went into effect last November after the United States pulled out of the Iran nuclear agreement, are unilateral. But foreign companies doing business with the American companies or banks risk being punished by the U.S. Sounds like they're not too worried about that, huh? Actions can include banning American banks from working with them, but this is China. We're trying to do a deal. So they kind of, if any country has a little bit of room, it's them to pull off this crap. So, I call it crap, but really they need it for their country, and from my point of view as an American, all right. And I always get in the comments all this crap, basically turning it around. The Americans are this. Yeah, there's a cabal that has been running this country, but I believe it's being taken down, and by maybe a different. Not maybe I wouldn't call it a cabal, but a different, let's just say, force. With people in high places. It's kind of like a little bit of a battle to who kind of runs the world financially and so many other different ways. So, that I honestly do think that it's like the new God taking out the old God, to make it simple. From traveling to the United States, said Richard Nephew, a research scholar at Columbia University who oversaw Iran policy on the National Security Council during the Obama administration. Alright, buddy, yeah, I don't believe a word you say. Okay, we have sanctioned dozens of Chinese state-owned enterprises for nuclear missile arms and other forms of proliferation, Mr. Nephew said, but it is not entered into lightly. The State Department spokeswoman said, "We do not comment on intelligence matters." Yeah, the U.S. will be pretty quiet. But look at this. Look at that. That's pretty cool. Look at this. So it's tracking. Goes right into India. Up to Iran. Strait of Hormuz. Is that where it went dark? I think it's just showing what it normally would do. And then come back around China. Pretty cool graphic. This is from January 27, 2018. But let's see. Yeah, it's just that it's not gonna show. That's it. Oh yeah. This ship. Oh wait. This is cool. All right. So it goes up in the Persian Gulf into the Strait of Hormuz. And then, on the morning of January 27th, it disappeared. Signal lost. The Mercury's AIS transponder, a device that broadcasts the ship's location continuously required by International Maritime Treaty, fell silent. Very interesting. Trinity read a blue pill. Kermit the Frog, you're the best. This is very interesting. And a great article, a great graphic. Look at this now. Then several days later, the transporter came back to life, tracking the Mercury as it sailed towards ports in India. Having deposited its cargo, it turned back towards the Gulf. So basically it's going dark when it's in and leaves Iran. I mean, it's obvious where it's going. Wow. On February 2018, the ship went dark again as it navigated the Strait of Hormuz, reappeared later to begin a weeks-long journey back to Shanghai. This is with tracking now. So it was dark in the Strait of Hormuz. But you know what? If someone, they went dark again right there. That's interesting. But going through the Strait of Hormuz, I can see them saying, "Hey, we turned off our signal because we don't want to be attacked." You know, so many ships are getting attacked. After what happened with the British ship, we don't want to, be in the crossfire. So that's their, deniability. We just shut off because we're in the Strait of Hormuz. It's dangerous. It's too dangerous. We're trying to be careful. This is worth a lot of money. So that's what they could say. I can see them saying it right now. All ships 300 tons or greater on international journeys are required to broadcast their location, course, and speed of the system. But sometimes, to hide their activities from competitors, ships go dark. Let's say. That makes sense. Oh, see it coming back? Signal lost. Because you know why? There's other oil companies in, kind of like they're tracking each other. It's almost like, it reminds me, this is like on a small scale, but the crab fishermen, what is it called? Crab, whatever, the thing on TV when they go for crabs off Alaska. Someone will put it in chat. But when they track each other, and they know where the good spots are depending on what type of year they had, and these guys are salty sailors. So let's see what's next. In case the Mercury outages appear to be more selective, In April and May, the ship's transponder stayed active as it visited ports in Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, and the UAE. When a ship goes dark in the Persian Gulf, look at that. Look at signal lost. Wow, am I having to deal with all this crap? Well, I have, actually. But still, look at this. See where it goes? It always goes dark at the same time as it's heading up to China. And then it'll go dark on the Strait of Hormuz. But that one didn't. When a ship goes dark in the Persian Gulf, it may be related to dodging sanctions, not technical problems, said Samia Madini of TankerTrackers.com. Look at this. Look at it. It wasn't turned on its transponder until right here, coming all the way down around the South China Sea. Wow. So basically, the South China Sea signal lost, and look at that signal lost when it goes to the Strait of Hormuz. Interesting. Which uses satellite technology to monitor ships. The countries and companies that import Iranian oil risk punishment from the United States. But what if they all just turn around and say, you know what, screw you, which is maybe starting to happen. We'll see. Let's see how we would respond. I'm curious. I'm assuming there's a plan. In the past 18 months, the 5 ships, which regularly sail between China and the Persian Gulf, made only 2 port visits in Iran, according to information from the AIS data. In contrast, those ships made close to 50 stops in ports in Bahrain, Oman, Saudi Arabia, and the UAE. In another 28 instances, the ships vanished in the region for days or weeks. Wow. Unbelievable. Brian Hook, the United States Special Representative for Iran, told reporters in London on Friday that the United States would punish any country importing Iranian oil. Mr. Hook was responding to a question about reports of Iranian oil going to Asia, according to the Reuters news agency. Take for that what you will. President Trump's efforts to halt Iranian oil, petrochemical experts, are at the heart of rising tensions between the 2 countries. Last month, he imposed new sanctions on Iran's leaders after it downed an American surveillance drone and nearly precipitated a counterstrike that was called off at the last minute. Wink, wink. Instead, we hit them with a cyber blast. It took out all their defenses and their comms. The attack on the drone came a week after the United States accused Iran of being responsible for explosions that had crippled 2 tankers near the Strait of Hormuz. American and Israeli intelligence agencies say the country's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps is deeply entwined with its petrochemical industry, using oil revenues to swell its coffers. Mr. Trump has labeled the military group a terrorist organization. Iran's been trying to work around the American sanctions by offering significant reductions in price for its oil and petrochemical products, said Gary Seymour, a professor at Brandeis University. Oh, that's right near where I live. Who works on weapons issued in the Obama administration. Not right next to it, but a lot of people I know went there. When shipping companies defy the sanctions, they weaken their effectiveness, especially if the companies or the countries where they are based see no consequences, analysts said. Some shipping companies with direct Iranian ties do not try to hide their movements. Like the EU, well, they're talking about shipping companies, but out of the EU, yeah, according to data collected by the commercial tracking sites. Last month, a Selena, Iranian flag oil tanker under the American sanction, docked in Jinzhou Bay, a port in northeastern China, according to data from Vessel Value, a website that analyzes global shipping information. I'll have to check that out. Vessel Value. I'll come back to this video for that. If you guys want to do the same. Sounds like it's interesting. The Selena regularly reported its position, course, and speed via the Automatic Identification System, AIS. Oil tankers like the Selena, which can transport as much as 1 million barrels of crude, or about 5% of the daily consumption in the United States, are so big that they can call on only a limited number of ports. They are also more easily spotted by satellites than smaller ships like the Sino Energy 1, which seems to be the one that was going dark like every time, you know. I think it works better with the smaller ships. Bigger ships like the Selena, they're just too big. They'll hold, like I said, they can hold 5% of the daily consumption of the U.S. I mean, that's crazy. Think of everyone on your way to work today getting your gas. You know, put that all together, and 5% of that is on that oil tank. That vessel and its more than 40 sister ships are far more difficult to track when they go off grid. Talking about the Sino Energy, by the way, the Chinese Sino Energy. They were owned until April by a subsidiary of Sinochem, a state-owned company in China that is one of the world's biggest chemical manufacturers. Sinochem has extensive business ties in the U.S. It has an office in Houston and has worked with big American companies, including Boeing and ExxonMobil. In March, it signaled an agreement to Citibank to deepen the partnership between the two companies, Sinochem said. In 2013, a United States subsidiary of Sinochem bought a 40% stake in a Texas shale deposit for $1.7 billion. In April, it sold a controlling share in its shipping fleet to a private company, Inner Mongolia Zhongzheng Energy and Chemical Group Company, whose biggest shareholder, Du Jiantou, a Chinese billionaire who made his fortune in medical equipment, chemicals, and coal-generated power. The person answering the phone at Zhongzheng's investor relations office was not familiar with the newly acquired shipping business. For now, Zhongzheng owns 40% of Sinochem's former shipping fleet, with the rest owned by two Beijing companies. So he doesn't own the majority. Frank Ning, well, he might out of the third, most likely actually. The chairman of Sinochem, speaking in a brief interview in Dalian, China, said that shipping had not been central to the company's business. In a statement, I don't think the rest of this really matters. A lot of this is just a lot of blah. Let me see. We basically went through it, I think, with that. Let me just read this last little paragraph. But after Mr. Trump's announcement last, oh yes, we already did that. If you guys want to read the rest of this, just pause. It went off the grid for 10 days in the same stretch of the Strait of Hormuz with the Sino Energy 1. And when it went off, it appeared empty. When it re-emerged, it appeared full. Very interesting. That month, another Sinochem ship, SC Neptune, stopped transmitting its position when it approached Strait of Hormuz. The tracking data shows. 4 days later, for a brief period, it appeared back on the grid, transmitting its location from an export terminal on Iran's Karg Island. It then went quiet for another 24 hours, reappearing on its way out of the strait. I bet you when it went active for that, like real quick, I bet you that was like a mistake. Someone probably lost their head for that. So basically, I think we got it. I want to read the last paragraph though. The SC Mercury, another cynic. So I would look into, guys, if you guys want to do some digging, because right now I'm doing a lot of different things at once. This is okay. Research them. All right, they seem to be the ones that own all these ships that are doing this. So Sinochem, whatever it is, SINOCHEM. You got it right there. That's it. Alright. But in early April, the ship's course through the Persian Gulf had no interruption. A single destination that time was the UAE. Alright, so yeah, we want to research this, guys. And I'm gonna, like, real quick, Sinicam. Yeah. At the core of Sinicam, the Chinese conglomerate permanently engaged in the production and trading of chemicals and fertilizer and exploration and production of oil. 50,000 employees, founded in 1950. So if you guys want to look into them, their owners, yeah. I don't know if you guys caught something. Alright, let's see. So I'm gonna actually change the name of the title of this video, because we ended up talking about a lot more. And I'm reading Trinity. No, she can send more than one. Because it was newsworthy, she can send more than one. I'll make an exception. She has the exception. But thank you, Patriot. Yeah, yep. And those bunkers, I'm telling you. So which one? Let me see. I want to see how many you sent. Alright, so you know what? This sounds like a video. So you know what I'm going to do, Red Pill? I'm going to refer back to this video. I'm going to put it all together and I'm going to make a video. Okay? Yeah. No, I'm very familiar. I'm actually very familiar with everything that you're saying. It's just I wasn't familiar with some of these connections. I know about Fermi Labs and definitely CERN and obviously DARPA and what they do and the Black Ops and the DUMBs and everything. So yeah, I'm going to be looking into that, Trinity. That'll be, I'm going to look into that and put out a video on that. How's that sound? Because if I did it all right now, it'll be researching on the fly. It's just so much there. But thank you for those links. Normally though, guys, I just want one link. But if it's intriguing enough, like this, then okay, you know. So thank you. And especially, you know, if the link is just like to your channel, please check out this channel. You know, I'm kind of like, I don't like that. I know what you're doing. But when it's legit research and stuff that is making sense when I look at it, you know, you can put as many as you want, because I'm going to be referring back to this video and doing all the research and everything you just put. No, thank you. Your input is much appreciated, because that stuff, that I believe this same thing, CERN, Fermi Labs, there's so much going on, DARPA, all of that, it's all connected. And if you just made the connections through these articles, I want to see what connection I make, and then we'll see, you know, hopefully you're there for the stream, and we'll see if we came to the same conclusion. Alright, so we'll do that, and let me change the name of this video, because we ended up going into a lot more than I anticipated. So he's from the car. What else would we do with attempted sacrifice? Yeah, right, there's no way. Yeah. I don't have to have from car, right? I just need one more letter. Let's do this. Alright, there we go. That should be fine. Right? Is that alright? I think that is that like a, that's a loaded. It's like it looks like clickbait, but it's all real. Nuclear weapon materials worth $72 million seized in Turkey. Attempted sacrifice of 3-year-old and disappearing ships. Sounds like clickbait, but it's all legit. And we just went through all of it. But yeah, not to laugh because that's no. At least it was an attempted sacrifice. Thank the Father that didn't go through. You stopped that satanic crap right there. But it's just a reminder of what's out there, and that there's this good and evil battle. And CERN, who is something I'm going to be looking into, they might be trying to rip the veil, tear the veil, because there's supposed to be this veil, right? And that veil, it's like protects us from this next dimension, supposedly, or potentially that dimension is around us. It's almost like that Netflix series, Stranger Things, as someone mentioned. It's almost like that. It's like we're kind of in it, but we're not. We'd have to like enter it some way. Maybe that's dying, and depending on where you go. But we all get judged on Judgment Day, whether you died in a civil war, back in the Revolutionary War, or today in a car accident. We all get judged on the same day. As far as from what I read in the Bible, we all get judged on the same day. And what a time to be alive. And so I'm going to be looking into all of this. Yep. The Sunspot Observatory and the DUNE, Dune, to the deep underground. Yes. I actually saw somebody talking about that. They didn't talk about it in relation to Sunspot Observatory and Dune, the acronym, but they did talk about the fracking and going for some of the chemicals, that those points, if you look at the earthquakes where they're drilling, it's plausible that they are causing some of this. Exactly, and no fear, just wisdom. If you have the armor of God, there will be no fear. Everybody, I don't want to push stuff down so people's throat either, but I know a lot of you feel the same way. So, They just had 2 neutrinos touch down. Can you explain further? The GRIT program. Okay, yeah. I thought you meant right now. I was like, whoa. Alright, so iceberg observers silicon. Yeah, I'm sure there is more. That's just what's known. Trinity. So I'm going to be going through all these comments, right? Anything more, feel free to put in the comments of the video. And I'm going to look through it all and do a video on it. And basically all kudos will go to you. I mean, you putting all this information together. You've obviously made some connections, and I'm gonna get that info out there with you. So even if you want to call in after I've done the research and I've kind of done what I got from it, we could have you call in and you could talk about it as well if you're cool with that. Would you like to do that? Is that thumbs up for that? You can call in. Oh yeah, of course. But what I want is to. I'm gonna cover it, and I'm gonna give what I see, what connection I see. Hopefully it'll be the same or similar to yours, since your articles will probably lead me to a similar conclusion. And have you on, and you can explain some things further, because like I used to research CERN like every day, but that was like 2 years ago with Anthony Patch, and I've met Anthony Patch. Okay, great, you'd be happy to. Alright, then that's what it is. Alright, so we'll do that. I'll get in touch with you. Let me see, do you have a channel? Do you mind if I pull you up? Do you have a channel or a way to get in touch with you? Or do you want to email me at, I'll put it right here. If you don't want to put it in the comments, you can always email me anytime. That way you don't have to wait till I'm broadcasting, you can just email it to me. What am I doing? Yeah, I tried to do that. It won't let me do it. I don't know why. It won't let me click on you. I'm trying to click it. Like search it, but that's my email. I mean, you can also send it to me. Here we go on YouTube. So guys, Trinity Red or Blue Pill, Kermit the Frog, greatest name ever. Here. Oh, hi ho, Kermit the Frog. Here. I never get it right. I always try. Beautiful young lady that really, like, when she does research, she gets to the bottom of things. I've seen her for months. She's been on my radar, and we've talked and everything on other channels, but she's been on my radar for months and months and months. Yeah, I wish someone could buy me a cup of coffee too. There's her PayPal, and so here is her video. She she should have more subscribers. So if you guys want to check her out, she has great content, obviously, and we're gonna be collabing. Maybe might even just do it today. I'll get that research in, unless today doesn't work for her. But me and her will talk behind the scenes. So the best way to get in touch with you would be community. It's a good question. You know what? My answer would be 1, 2, 3, and 4, and all of them. Unless it's a very sensitive subject. I would say all of them. Do them all. That's what I do. I do call-in shows at night. I do live shows all the time. And I love to do research shows. Like I'm about to come out with the Antifa research. And then I have some other research going on right now with 5G. And with all this information already right there to be read, and I'm going to check that out. And I'll be in touch with you. So either through here or you email me at my email. So sorry guys, sorry to do all that live, but I think it'll be important for the next video. Should be interesting. Great job, by the way. Obviously we have a commission. Yep. It was supposed to be a lion. Spencer is a lion. I think I'm in love. No, okay. I gotta get out of it. Alright. So oh, Jonathan Clark. Oh, sorry. Oh yeah, by the way, one of the Disney Channel stars, they haven't said why, but he died. Cameron Boyce dies at 20. And I actually remember him because my kid, like, you know, they play like old reruns and stuff. I remember seeing his face in one of the shows. Usually I don't have her watch, she watches the cartoons, but you know, sometimes those shows come on at the change channel, but I remember his face. Alright, I don't know what's going on here. Oh, that's what's going on. Alright, so yeah, guys, trust me, a lot of people, it's really early in the morning. Right now it's 6:17 on the Pacific coast. So, you know, I'm sure a lot of people are going to be coming over to subscribe once they see this video, and we'll be looking forward to our future video. So oh, you'll get those in a second. I'm telling you. We could do our video and broadcast it both ways, maybe, or like you could download and upload. Something like that, you know, make the video like a, you know, something like that. I don't know, I'm just thinking out loud. But you're right there. Now, that's what people don't tell you. Oh, make it to 1,000 subscribers, yay! But it doesn't mean anything until you have 4,000 watch hours, and which is a lot. That's a lot. That's many, but it's a lot of work. I mean, you saw all the work she's done. She hasn't even reached it yet. I mean, it's a lot. Okay, so tomorrow. Okay, so we'll just be in touch until then. Alright, Trinity? And thank you. And like Vance said, my man Vance, blessings to all. Hey guys, red pills are dropping everywhere. Be prepared. When you need your peds, you know where to go. Red Pill News Dispensary. Alright guys. Damn, I'm never slick. I always try to do it like I say it and then I leave. But I'm just not slick enough right now. I'm not in the right place. I should be able to do it right from here. Alright, I need to be in the control room. Dun dun dun. So what we got? Where's the chat? Oh, wait. Well, you know what? I'll just shut it off this. I'll do it this way. This way the chat is still open. It's just you guys don't have to look at my ugly face anymore. Actually, I don't even know if that's how it works, but alright.